Well, hello there. This will be a good one. You'll like this. This is rant number 4, and it might be a bit longer than the others. Anyway, there's a recent video was surfaced of Vince Dale. I don't know if you know who he is, but he's the guy that's pushing all these heat pumps, and this is a guy that's in receipt of millions of pounds of government incentives. Or should that be government bribes? Anyway, he's received lots of money, and of course he has his own heat pump, and of course he's a bit of an expert on heat pumps because the government are giving him loads of money. So he's actually come out and said in a video, I think it was in November last year, but it's just doing the rounds now. Well, me being at home now, I've decided to watch it. Anyway, he was going on about saying heat pumps don't really work. If you've got a modern house that's been designed for a heat pump, yes, they are quite efficient, but there will be a slight caveat at the end of this. He says if you've got an older house, the best thing you can do is to double down on your insulation. Double the insulation in your loft, do the wall insulations, everything. Insulate your house as best you can. And then if you do install a heat pump, it's going to cost an absolute fortune. They reckon it's somewhere in between £12,000 and £20,000. You may get somewhere in the region of about a £6,000 grant from the government, which means you're still going to pay somewhere in the region of £6,000 to £14,000, right, on top of the insulation that you're going to have to buy to make your house, well, not necessarily warm with a heat pump. So Vince Dale goes on to say that a heat pump will actually run 30% more, or use, so I say, 30% more energy than you're currently using at the moment. Now, our house here was costing us about £200 a month in February because of the cold, and December and January was also the same as £200 a month. So if you were going to add another 30%, it's going to cost you another £60. Now, who can afford another £60 on top of that? I'm struggling now, paying my bills. But anyways, so that's what this Vince Dale goes on about. He's saying that it's going to cost you an absolute fortune to fit one, and it's going to cost you another 30% to run. And basically, he turned around and said, heat pumps are a scam. So, yeah, I'll probably get demonetized for this because YouTube doesn't allow you a difference of opinion. I think heat pumps are a scam. That's why I haven't got one. I did look into it. I did, honestly, I went, I had several installers coming round to the house, and they all of them said, you've got solar panels, so you'll be all right. And as we know, with a solar panel, that could have powered the heat pump, but not today. The efficiency of the solar panels will be well reduced. And of course, if you have a heat pump, you have to run it constantly. It's running 24/7 just to maintain the temperature in your house. And of course, you can't normally use your standard radiator. Some of them do. They have a hot water system like a gas boiler, but some of the installations, they have what they call air heaters, which converts the hot from they've taken from the outside and pumped on the inside, turned it into hot air for your radiators. But then you've still got to heat your water anyway. So yes, it's not a good investment. It is if you're rich and you can afford it. You can have extra cost to your energy bills. Anyway, that's enough of me ranting on. I'll get back and do the vlog. See you later.